Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to get into Sfirdi Sahara's The Monkey Theory. We're going to take the key ideas from the book and build out a visual explainer to help you, understand and maybe even start to manage all that chatter going on in your head.
So let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like your mind isn't really a peaceful place, but more like a chaotic zoo? Like there's this constant, noisy battle happening right between your ears?
Yeah, that's the feeling, right? You've got all these different thoughts just screaming for your attention all at once. Worries about bills, the little voice telling you to procrastinate, that nagging self-doubt, and of course, what you're going to have for dinner. It can be totally overwhelming. But this whole idea of a chaotic mind, it's not some new modern problem. The book actually traces this whole concept back to some really ancient wisdom. It's called the monkey mind, and the term actually comes from a discourse by the Buddha himself. He described the human mind as being filled with these restless monkeys, just jumping all over the place, screeching and chattering nonstop. I mean, what a perfect metaphor for that unruly train of thought we all have, right? Okay, so here's the really cool part of the book. To get any kind of control, you first have to know who you're dealing with. You've got to identify these monkeys. And the theory breaks them down into a few key troublemakers that are probably going to sound very, very familiar. First up, let's meet the pea monkey. Oh yeah, we all know this one. This is the voice of procrastination. It's that little whisper that says, you can start that tomorrow. Doesn't matter if it's the gym, a huge project, or just taking out the trash, this monkey absolutely lives for the easy way out. And then you've got the fear monkey. This is your personal, in-house worrier, always playing out the absolute worst-case scenario for everything. Now, its main job is to protect you, but it usually does that by just screaming danger at any hint of change. It's what keeps you stuck right in your comfort zone. And of course, we can't forget the drunk monkey. This one, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's completely illogical, totally erratic. This is where those sudden mood swings come from, those impulsive choices you regret later, and that frustrating indecision that has you changing your mind every 5 seconds. Okay, so with all of this internal chaos, you might be thinking, is there any hope? Well, the book says absolutely yes, because there is a hero in your head. And that hero, it's what the book calls the human monkey. Now, this is the best version of you. It's your rational mind. It's the part of you that loves a good challenge, that values discipline, and that cannot stand excuses. This is the part that actually wants to get stuff done. But here's the catch, right? Your human monkey is almost always outnumbered. It's in this constant uphill battle, just trying to stay in the driver's seat, while the other 3 monkeys are teaming up to create distractions, doubts, and delays. So the big question is, how do you help your human monkey fight back? How do you tame these wild things? Well, the book gives us some really practical tools. And let's focus on a strategy for the one we probably all deal with the most, that pesky pea monkey. Here are 3 simple steps you can take. First, ask for details. So when the pea monkey says tomorrow, you have to pin it down. Ask it, okay, tomorrow at 9 a.m. at my desk? It hates specifics. Second, and this one is kind of brilliant, burn the bridges. Tell people your goal. Post it online, because now you've actually recruited your fear monkey to help you. It hates the idea of being embarrassed way more than it hates the actual task. And third, make an enemy list. Get real with yourself. Write down your biggest time wasters so you can spot the traps before you fall into them. So next time you're tempted to hit that snooze button or scroll through your phone instead of working, just pause. Ask yourself this question. The pea monkey is offering you temporary pleasure right now for the permanent pain of regret later. Is that a price you're really willing to pay? When you really boil it down, the book frames this entire internal struggle as a choice between 2 very different ways of living your life, 2 totally different zones of performance. So on one side, you have the gray zone of underperformance. Think about it. The air is filled with anxiety, and the clouds are just made of guilt. But on the other side, you've got the color zone of performance. Here, the air is filled with self-confidence, and those clouds are made up of your achievements. It really is about deciding where you want to spend most of your time. And that choice, that little decision to listen to your human monkey that you make every single day, that's what determines your path. Is it going to be that endless cycle of regret led by the pea monkey and the fear monkey, or is it going to be the climb towards your goals, living in that vibrant, productive color zone? So yeah, this theory, it gives you a really powerful new way to think about your own thoughts.
And it all comes down to one simple but incredibly powerful question you can ask yourself every single morning. Which monkey is running the show today?